Excellent. All right, so chat. For those who don't know me, my name is Iceblue. I speedrun Zelda games, probably more Zelda games than I should probably ever speedrun. But you know, I also have a good friend in the booth with me. If my pal wants to introduce himself.
I'm sorry. Who is this good friend you were talking about? I'm just doing your commentary.
Oh, okay. Well,
No, no, I am the good friend. My name is Vani. I am also a speedrunner of this game and an Iceblue super fan. And I'll be talking a whole lot about what we've got going on here. So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. This game is very, very like it's obscure. To say it nicely, it's obscure. But it's a good kind of obscure. So if you remember Legend of Zelda, like the original Legend of Zelda, yeah, forget that game. That game stinks. We're gonna play the better version of it. This is BS Zelda no Densetsu, or BS Legend of Zelda for those who do not own a Super Famicom. This was a game that was available for the Super Famicom, and it was done through the Satellaview, which was a sweet little attachment that allowed you to connect to broadband internet and basically play games online. And for something like that in the 90s, it was a very weird thing. So like it's something that was just, it was really, really cool. And you were able to download, every week a new version of this like game came out that would allow you to save your progress from last week, and then you can continue it the next week. And they introduced that every week until you had all 4 weeks together and you were able to complete the game. But I am ready whenever y'all are ready. If y'all want to give us a count. Did I just see the donation?
We sure did. Would you mind if I take a moment to talk about that real quick?
Oh, absolutely.
We absolutely crushed the last number of the donations we needed to unlock Bloodstained Curse of the Moon double dip. So stick around tonight. It's twice the Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, twice the Blacktastic. We're going to get to see Bobby do 2 runs of the chat. We did it, gang. Good job, everybody. We've raised over $1,000 for that donation incentive. In fact, I'd like to read just a few of the donations that have been coming in because there is suddenly so many of them. Holy smokes, look at this. So from Carlo Brown, we have good luck with your run tonight. I know you'll do great. Much love, Iceblue love. From Seven Castle Forest, thanks for the great show. $25 donation. You got it, Seven Castle. Thank you so much. Another $100 donation from Anonymous. Incredible. And there's many more still rolling in. Once I get those checked, I'll break in a few minutes and read some more. So Ice, thank you so much. Whenever you're ready, go ahead and take it away.
Excellent. All right, so let's go ahead and get this started. Vani, are you ready?
Oh, hell yeah, I'm ready.
Redox, are you ready?
I sure am.
And chat, I know y'all are ready. So let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go.
So what you're going to notice is that this is going to bear a lot of similarities to the original Legend of Zelda, but there's also going to be several differences. One thing I want to talk about right off the bat is the drop table, or is the item table for enemy drops. You're going to see Iceblue before he gets to level 1. He's going to manipulate this in such a way to try to get 2 bomb drops. So he's going to ignore the enemies on this screen. On the next one, he's going to kill that. Okay, perfect. Gets the bomb. He's going to kill 2 enemies on this screen. Now on this next one, there's 4 enemies. He's going to kill the blue one last. Didn't get the second bomb drop. Okay, so here's how this works. There is, much like the first Legend of Zelda, there is the table cycles with every 10 kills, 0 through 9. In the particular enemy group that will drop bombs, they will drop it on the 1st, 7th, and 9th kill. So that's why he did, and the blue Octoroks are in that group. So that's why he did that in that particular order. Now, unlike the original Legend of Zelda, that drop table doesn't reset when you get hit, and you don't need to, do the whole 10th enemy has the bomb thing. That just doesn't exist in this. The other nice thing about this version, as opposed to the original, is that the rate at which enemies drop items is way, way higher. So they're very, very generous. Another objective that Iceblue needed to do is get to at least 60 rupees, because on the way to level 3, he needs to buy a candle, and he already has that, which is fantastic. That's one less thing he has to worry about.
Yeah, so right now we're hoping for more rupee drops throughout the run, mainly because it saves us time on grabbing a 100 secret on the way to level 6. If not, we have the backup rupees. It is not that big of a deal, but we're gonna grab our first item here, which is the bow. Kind of standard for original Zelda here. We're gonna pick up the bow, but we actually don't get to use it until way later.
Folks, would this be a good moment for me to read another donation?
Not quite. Let's. Oh, okay. Well, go ahead.
Okay, that sounds good. And feel free to tell me to pause. Not a problem at all. So from Noelson, we have a $20 donation. As I learned the hard way this year, mental health is no BS. Happy to contribute to the cause. Iceblue love. Thank you so much.
And thank y'all for all the donations, everybody, especially like those coming in right now from my community. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate y'all.
So you notice that Iceblue was able to just rip that key out of the rib cage of that Stalfo without having to kill it. Now, at least when I'm running the game, I have a very particular order in which I like to kill enemies, such that it lines up the drops that you need for bombs, but also 5 rupees and even fairies in some places to give you what you need at those specific times. So Iceblue is going to be very judicious about which enemies he kills in certain areas, so that he can get that lined up as well. Really, the main thing that we want is the bombs. We want to maximize our opportunities to get those bomb drops, for sure.
Okay, yeah, definitely. So, like, we're gonna kill very specific enemies, and that's gonna line up, like Vanya was saying, that's gonna line up our table here with what we have. Like, I went and mapped out all the notes I needed for each individual dropping groups. So like I know which enemies are gonna drop bombs, and I know like how to just it's a numbers game essentially, and you just have to count 1 through 10 and just kind of line up your drops. The game doesn't actually count like if you kill keys or like the little gels that come out of the Zols. It actually doesn't count those towards the actual total. So it becomes like you have to like count any enemy that drops essentially.
Yeah, exactly. So any enemy that can actually drop an item will advance the counter. Now, this is going to be interesting specifically in level 4, because there's going to be a room with 2 likes that we were going to want to kill with bombs, but there's also 2 Zols, which are the big, kind of green gumdrop-looking things that can split into the 2 little gels. Now, if you kill them with your sword, they won't do drops. That will not advance the counter. But if you kill them with a bomb, it will kill the Zol instantly, and that will advance your counter. So that's a particular room where we need to pay very close attention to how those enemies are killed, so that we keep that mental note of exactly where our count is at.
Alright, so as far as the drop table goes, we just got a heart from a non-bomb dropping group. So we know that our next kill on a bomb dropping group is going to give us a fairy. So we're going to kill this mob in there, and then my next kill here, I'm going to bomb, and we're going to get a fairy, or bomb drop.
Perfect. Now, we're about to go into level 3. This is going to be the first time where you're going to see Iceblue intentionally game over. We're going to do this in a few dungeons. And the reason why we do this is because, and every time we do it, it's going to be immediately after picking up the item in that dungeon. when you game over and continue, it takes you back to the entrance of the dungeon, and we only do that because it's faster to walk to our next objective from the entrance as opposed to from wherever it was that we picked up the item.
I went ahead and picked up that 5 rupee, just because I want to have those extra rupees for later. Oh, I didn't want to kill that.
Now, one thing you also notice, you kind of heard that little clicking noise. That's Iceblue switching his inventory items back and forth, which you can do with the L and R buttons. You don't have to go into the the menu like you would in the original game to do that. You can use the L and R buttons to do that, to do the quick switch.
Not a good death warp. Yeah, this game has a built-in select swap. If you're familiar with the Zelda 1 rando, this game has an actual built-in select swap that the Zelda 1 rando introduced.
Folks, would it be all right for me to break in and read a couple more donations?
Yeah, this is a good time.
All right, yeah. Excellent. Let's do it. Whoa, strong language, Ice. Come on, I'm just kidding. Mini Cooper. So we have the first donation is from Mini Cooper, $50. Hey, thanks for letting me race the special cup. You got it, Mini Cooper. Great to see you there. Softnum donated $35. Pokey, don't you like Nami, do you? Well, too bad. Heck. Strong language.
Whoa. Yo, thank y'all for the donations. We appreciate it so much. And thank y'all for donating to such a fantastic cause.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you saw Iceblue very carefully waiting to double hit with that bomb there. We're gonna need bombs, specifically, it's the boss of this dungeon is Manhandla, which, if you remember from the first Zelda, if you can time it so that a bomb is right in the middle of its body, then you can kill it in one shot. The nice thing about, there's actually two factors in this game that make it nicer than the other one. First of all, the actual damage effect from bombs lasts a lot longer. Like, it lingers in this even after the smoke is essentially just disappeared. The other nice thing is that Manhandla has a much more predictable movement pattern. In the first game, it's very erratic. This one, not so much. Oh no.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I'm sorry, I jinxed you. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah, having bombs there is we don't really need the bombs upon exiting because we have so many different chances of getting bombs on the overworld, and as long as I have 4 bombs entering level 4, we're fine.
Yeah, and there's going to be a couple of opportunities to get them here on the way to level 4 that I'm sure Iceblue has set up. There's one of them, so you count 7 now, yes?
I believe so, yep.
Yeah, there's going to be a blue Octorok that is going to be where we're going to pick up 100 secret, and that can be killed for a bomb as well at a count of 9.
Well, just damage goes through it. Because I want to kill the red Octo on the way to that, to advance my count.
Yeah, I do the same thing, because it's just right in your way.
Yep.
Alright, so now it's 8. Oh, I didn't get it, though.
It's okay. Because I can just clear out the keys room in the bomb room that we need to do in order to get the additional bomb drop I need.
Right.
So one thing you may have noticed about this run itself, we're not cheating.
Yeah, this is something that Ice told me to talk about in a very natural way. This game has no glitches that we know of, but we would...
Hint, nudge, nudge.
Thank you. We would like to know of them, so if you, a friend or a family member, likes to hunt for glitches, then by all means, get yourself a ROM of this game and get to work. Speaking of this actual ROM, so what Iceblue was talking about before, as far as the service where you normally got this through the Satellaview, is that you actually got it in 4 separate segments where you would do essentially 2 levels at a time, but they got released every week. Well, there was a group of folks that got together and essentially stitched all 4 of those ROMs into one. Okay, so so this is the room I was talking about before. I'll finish that thought in a second. Where he killed both of those Zols with bombs, so both of those kills advance the counter. So he just needs to make sure that he makes a mental note of that when he's considering his counts. Anyway, to finish the thought about this actual ROM, a team of people took those 4 pieces of data from all those different episodes, stitched them together into one ROM so that it can be played in one sitting, and therefore it can also be speedrun as well, as Iceblue is doing. The experience is going to be a little different. In the original one, there was a timer, there were like voiceovers and things like that, so the experience isn't quite the same. But having the game playable all at once without having to switch files or do anything like that is extremely convenient. So the team that put this together they did the Lord's work. It's awesome that they were able to do this.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know. I don't think Vani kills those 2 souls in that room. I do, because it sets up a bomb drop right outside the meat shop. If I kill them, I kill them. If they die, they die. All right, so. Oh, that's too far away.
Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. You're just gonna have to get in a little closer. You got it. That was beautiful. Yeah, that was. No, come on, dude. Have some more confidence. That was accurate.
According to my splits, I saved 0.03 seconds on that split. So PB hype. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, let's go.
Folks, we have quite a few more donations to read. Would this be a good time?
Yeah, actually it would.
Absolutely.
Great. All right, one from Cream of Elite, $100 donation. Love the community and the cause. Good luck to all the runners. Thank you so much for the $100 donation, Cream of Elite. And Drake Lake says, for $20, just donating for the Marin Fan Club support, and also to give some love to Vani. Good luck to you both on your race next year. And yes, more Bobby. Awesome. We have another donation again from Sofnum. Just good luck, Ice. Hey, Sofnum, thank you so much, and I'm glad I did your last donation read justice.
Yo, thank y'all so much for all the donations. We really, really appreciate that. And yes, big shout-outs to the Marin Fan Club for all those in the chat right now. And also big shout-outs to the van, the crew from the van.
Hell yeah. All right, so here we go into level 5. This is, in my opinion, this is one of arguably the most intense dungeon in the run. We are going to be using a whole lot of bombs in here, starting with this room. But I know where Iceblue is at with his setup. Oh, maybe I don't. I normally don't get a clock here. You're on a little something different, I think. Mm-hmm. Sneaky strats. Anyway, there's a bunch of bombs that we're going to be using and trying to finagle from enemies in here, and I'm going to trust Iceblue to do that successfully, because it's really important to do this dungeon quickly. Oh, rude spawn there from the Wizrobes. Alright, so this is we are meat blocked in this seed, so fortunately Iceblue was ready.
Yeah, good thing we spent the money to buy the bait.
That's right. Hey, speaking of people wanted to hack and do fun stuff with this, with the ROM for this game, if y'all want to develop a rando for it too, go right ahead.
I would not complain about that at all.
No. Alright, so finding the dark nuts is the same in the same thing as in the first game, where if you are facing them when you drop the bomb, it will not do damage to them. But if you're facing to the side or away, then it will do damage. So fighting them pretty much the same way. Here we get a bomb upgrade. Oh, we haven't talked about the category. This is the 100% category where we need to collect all heart containers, all permanent items, the hottest version of anything that's upgradable, like the boomerang, the sword, rings, things like that. So, but that also includes, like I said, that also includes the bomb upgrades. There are 2 that are available in the game. There's one in this level. There's also one in level 6. So we will pick that one up as well. No, I'm sorry. It was in level 4. This is the second one. Yeah. I always like to go into these things with one full heart just to give myself that leeway. So coming in with half a heart is
yeah, I took
it happens to all of us.
Unintentional bop from the Dodongo there. Alright, we didn't get the unfortunate spawn from the Wizards there. Alright, we're gonna do a little kind of a quick drive-by, snag the key, and just keep going. The hitbox in this game is different, I want to say. The left side of your sprite doesn't really have a good hitbox, so you kind of have to like move more than half the tile onto to grab like a floor drop or like a key. But your right side is very
one
large.
other thing that Iceblue has been doing throughout this run, but we haven't really talked about, you might have noticed, it's something I like to call corner rolls, where if you are walking on a half tile and you this is when you're moving up or down, not to the left or right, but if you're moving up or down on a half tile and you run into either a block, maybe the opening of a door, you'll like immediately shift to the side and keep moving, which is nice for just a faster movement, just a nice little kind of speed tech thing. Not so much, no.
Not good on bombs here.
I would hope so, yeah.
I should have a bomb drop coming up here, though.
I was gonna say, just... Ooh, there you go.
We'll kill him slow, though. Yeah, we're nowhere near a bomb, actually. We're doing that, so I'm doing that to conserve bombs for level 6, because I do need at least 4 bombs.
Yeah, and there's only one real opportunity to get a bomb on the way there. So, but if the count isn't lined up, then it's not happening. So this is Patra. Patra behaves a little differently than what you might be used to, where this one just moves up and down at a very consistent pattern, which makes fighting it a heck of a lot easier, which is good. Oh, one other thing to mention, and you see that Iceblue has it equipped now, is the ocarina, which is essentially like the flute from the first game. And much like the first one, the direction that you're facing when you are picked up by the tornado that it summons will determine where you're sent, whether it's going forward in the count of levels that you've cleared or going backward. So what Iceblue's going to do when he comes out of here, he's going to buy a key, which is nice because at this point they're discounted, so he can afford this. And he's going to play the flute, and he's not going to... Oh! What? Oh, you're doing some sneaky stuff. Look at you.
I buy 2 keys.
Okay. Now, but so when he comes out, he's going to use the ocarina now, and he's not going to move. Oh, he is. What? Wow. What? Why did you come to 3?
Oh. Where is my count? Actually, no, I was supposed to... Oh, yeah. See, I'm miscounting here. That's okay.
There we go. We wanted to go to level 1. So by facing right, it advances the counter upward. By facing down, it advances the counter downward. So now we're at level 1. He is going to make a purchase of arrows on the way to level 6 here, but he's also potentially... where's the count at? Can we kill this guy for a bomb? Hey, let's go! Alright, 9 bombs is going to be plenty for for this next level. And if he plays his cards right, he's going to have a ton of opportunities to pick up some bombs going into level 8, where we're going to need plenty of them.
I'm also taking intentional damage here because we're taking another death abuse at the
Folks,
item
could
in
I
level
have
6.
a moment to break in here and do a couple more donation messages?
Yeah, that would be good.
Fantastic. One from Sabera, $100. I'm so sorry that I thought I missed your run, but I'm not sorry that I'm getting to see it. K-double-L hockey sticks it, Ice. I'm proud of you, my friend. Thanks, Sabera, for the donation. And another one from Ice.
Thank you so much.
1138. $5 donation. I had to donate while Ice was in the stream. Here's another $5 for mental health awareness. This charity really hits me close to home, so I'm glad to donate some more to it. Ice, thank you so much.
So you saw in that
for the
room
donations
that
here.
he picked the key up in, that there was a bomb sitting right there. Unfortunately, by the time we go back to that room, that bomb drop will despawn. Very, very astute of Ice to wait until that. What do you call that thing? The dig dogger. Thank you. The dig dogger was up against the wall, so that he
dig dogger.
knew that he could kind of just trap it there with the bombs and get a guaranteed kill.
So we're gonna pick up the magic rod here. We use it maybe for like all of 30 seconds of this run, unfortunately. It has the same power as the white sword, which unfortunately you don't get to see in this run, because we're gonna be picking up a very, very nice weapon after this dungeon. Also, you may be wondering, hey, if this is 100%, why haven't you picked up a boomerang? Since, you know, the magical boomerang is in level 2. Well, fun fact, this game actually introduced a brand new boomerang. And we're going to be picking that up at the end of this dungeon, and it's a free give from the game itself. So we're going to be getting that.
Now I see why you bought the key there. You skipped the room below this one. Got it. Ooh, there's bombs. Let's go. Bye, boss. Bye, boss. Yeah, so after level 6, 7, and 8, the game hooks you up with some pretty awesome stuff. And you're going to see it right now. You are going to get the Mega Boomerang! This thing actually does damage, and does plenty of it, by the way. But it can also be used to collect items from a distance, which I'm sure Iceblue is going to be doing.
Of course. So the Mighty Boomerang is the level 3 boomerang. Alright, now I know where my count is. The Mighty Boomerang is a level 3 boomerang. It actually deals the exact same amount of damage as the White Sword as well. But this one has a special, like ability. It actually pierces. So, like, you'll notice it, like, going through enemies, and it'll pierce through enemies. And you can actually hit multiple enemies at the same time.
It's not terribly efficient as an actual weapon. Using the arrows or the rod is probably better, honestly. But at this point, especially with what Iceblue is about to pick up here... So there you go.
Typically with the wooden sword, it would take 4 hits to kill the red Lionel. The boomerang takes it out in 2. Fun fact about the Master Sword here, there is no heart requirement for that sword. So if you're familiar with the original Legend of Zelda, you needed 12 hearts to pick up the magical sword. In this game, even if you had 3 hearts, you could pick up the magical sword. The only requirement that you need is to have the 6 try.
Yeah, you know, and this is actually a good opportunity to talk. Well, actually, oh, never mind. This is a good opportunity to talk about kind of just some of the linear unlocking of things in this game based on the levels that you've beaten. Like, when you get to a certain point, like I said, the prices of the shops get cut in half. What else is there? There are certain areas that will just actually open up and aren't even accessible normally. So that got included along with this ROM as well, kind of the same thing, which is pretty unique.
Yeah, a lot of those were tied to the timer that was built into the game for the original version on the Satellaview. But since, you know, it's really hard to route and navigate around that timer because that time ran in real time based off of your console. It made it a bit difficult. So the people who, you know, pieced this ROM together, they made it so much more friendly for speedrun. But yeah, level 1 and level 2, after the second Triforce, you unlock the ability to purchase the blue candle and access the left side of the map. Level 3 unlocks the white sword, so it removes all the whirlwinds from the area that leads up to the graveyard where the white sword sits. Level 4 will unlock the whirlpool that blocks level 5. So if you were to take the raft out of 4 and try to go up to level 5 without getting the 4th Triforce, the game will actually tell you no. And will actually send you back onto the dock. The 5th Triforce unlocks half-price shops. The 6th Triforce unlocks the Mighty Boomerang, the Master Sword, and the Armos become alive. And then 7, you'll see when 7 and 8 unlock. We won't spoil those for you. But we just picked up the silver arrows, which are just kind of sitting directly in the very front half of level 8, which Vonnie, do you wanna explain how, like, the very obscure
so we're actually going to see it a little later on in this dungeon. So normally when you walk into a level, there's that 3x4 pattern of the statues that would normally spit out fireballs in certain rooms, and you just kind of accept that there is that 3x4 pattern there. Well, you notice in this one that they're not the actual statues, that they're blocks instead. Which, if you're not paying close attention, is something that can be very easy to overlook. Now, blocks can be pushed, hence, like Iceblue just demonstrated there, and they can reveal staircases, which can give you items, much like the silver arrows that we just picked up. Now, it might not occur to you that you would be able to do that, but this guy tells you those next door can show you to the arrow. Well, Iceblue will show you that those next door are wall masters, and if you remember in the first game, these guys behave the same way. If you fall into their clutches, they will drag you into the wall and to the beginning of the level, which just happens to be the room where the arrow is. So if you can kind of stitch together those clues, you can figure out that the silver arrow is right there in the beginning, as easy as it can be to get.
So the best part about that hint is, if you're playing through this game casually, the dungeon map of this dungeon is an arrow. So it's an arrow pointing down. Oh, no. So yeah, the dungeon map of level 8 is an arrow pointing down, and the front side of the dungeon is the very tip of the arrow. So when you get grabbed by the wall masters, you're just like, if you have the dungeon map, you're just like, well, wait, they just brought me to the front of the dungeon. And I've watched many of runners, like, casually playing this game, just get so confused by that hint and just kind of like, well, I don't get it. And then you kind of find out, oh, maybe I should push these blocks in this room. And then you find the silver arrows, and you're just like, oh, thanks. So you may have noticed after the 7th Triforce, if you look up at the top of our resources, we have a nice little symbol next to our bombs and keys. So we picked up the any key earlier, which gave us infinite keys. But
that would be clearing level 8, which
bombs?
gives us the super bomb, meaning that we can drop them at will infinitely, which I like to do in a very particular room later on in this dungeon. I wonder if you do it as well. But first we have these kind of like naked Patras that have no babies floating around them, and we just need to kill them. Fortunately, the Master Sword disposes of them very, very quickly, so we can get through there. You also notice that Iceblue is pretty close to dying, and will be doing so intentionally pretty soon after picking up the final item that he needs to get, at least as far as what's in dungeons, and that item is the red candle.
Yep. It would take over 2 minutes just to walk all the way back. So we're just gonna light ourselves on fire here. Alright, so like Vani was saying before, there is going to be a set of rooms actually coming up where we utilize this super bomb to our advantage. So we just lost our sword there, no big deal. We can get it right back in this room. By hitting the green bubble there, it gives us our sword back, even though the red one's taken away permanently.
It was the same thing if you played the second quest of the original Zelda. Those red and blue bubbles they did the same thing.
So would it be alright if I break in here for a quick announcement? Alright, I want to let everybody know that we're well on our way to reaching 7K in donations. We currently have, as you can see here on the stream, $6,580 raised for Skip the Stigma and Nami. Congratulations, everyone. This has been an amazing weekend, raising all these funds for such a great cause. Also, I want to let everybody know that donations are still open and there's still time left to get into the prize drawing. When we reach the second game of the Bloodstained Curse of the Moon Double Dip, we are going to be closing the we're going to keep donations open, but we're going to close the prize drawings down so we have time to calculate the winners. So if you still have donations that you're holding on to and you want to get them out there and be part of the prize drawing for some of the amazing prizes that I'm going to talk about at the end of this run, go ahead and get in there. You can get that donation link and take care of it. Thank you so much.
Alrighty, so we have collected all 8 pieces of the Triforce, and you notice everything has gotten dark and stormy here. Also, when Iceblue used that ocarina as soon as he got out of the dungeon, you notice he faced right before he got picked up, and that would take him to level 4, as opposed to, I guess it would be, what, level 2? No, yeah. So here's the red ring, just sitting under an Armos, nice and free. We gotta get that. We also have one more heart container that we need to get, and then it is time for the final confrontation. One thing that I will mention here, so Iceblue is doing the 100% category. There is an any percent category of this game as well. However, the any percent category is not at all suitable for a marathon, because the Ganon fight is extremely easy to die in that fight, whereas here we're going to have 16 heart containers and the red ring. We are essentially indestructible. So yeah, essentially
64 heart containers essentially.
So yeah, this fight is going to be free as far as actually beating it. Now, as far as the time that it will take to beat it, that can be questionable. So we walk right back into the area in the beginning of the game where the old man gives us a sword. It's dangerous to go alone, take this. And Ganon's like, yo, I'm going to take that old man. And he's going to escape back into here. We're going to use the assembled Triforce to unlock this door. Now,
My thing is, how did the old man not hear
he must
the
be new here.
construction
All right,
of this
now
dungeon
Iceblue is going
behind
to
him?
try to, yes, okay, he's going to try to uncork a sword blast here, which is going to be one of the 4 hits he needs to get on Ganon. He's already got one. All right, now it's a guessing game. The the pattern for Ganon here is not cool. So, okay, good. So we can get another one in quick order. There it is! Nice! That's actually a pretty good fight. That was a pretty good fight. So we hit we hit him with the silver arrow. We pick up the Triforce of Power. We do a little whistle for fun. And then we're going to rescue the kidnapped. Time is going to be once the screen finally fades to black and it tells us about how awesome we are. Oh! You can't do that, Iceblue! You can't do that!
Okay. I actually didn't know that the fire was indestructible.
Alright, get ready on time. It is coming up very soon. Time. Yep. GG, Iceblue! That was a sub 37. I think that is a perfectly, to me, that's a really good marathon time. So well done, well done.
Congratulations and GG's once again. That was an absolute blast. I see the Marin fan club is out here in full support in the chat. Thanks everybody for showing up and for being great supporters for Iceblue and Vani. Thanks so much.
Thank you everybody for showing up and come and hang out with us tonight. I appreciate it. Yeah. This game is phenomenal. There's many different versions out there. The one that we run, I don't know the exact version of this one. This is just the one that I was introduced to, and the one that I played as my casual playthrough. But yeah, it's a phenomenal speedrun. It's very, very very simplistic in my opinion. But there's also a lot of advanced tech, just like learning the global drop tables and knowing when to corner correct yourself and things like that, and just saving those milliseconds is just it's phenomenal in my opinion. And Vani has done a good job of just getting that activity going with the speed run itself and getting folks involved and getting folks so interested in looking at this game and seeing this game as a speed run. And so big shout outs to Vani. He was the one that actually got the GDQ raid last for SGDQ while he was running this game, and just getting 40,000 eyeballs on this game. I was sitting there in the SGDQ, the game room, the stream room, and I was just sitting there oh
yeah, it really was. And
awesome.
Speaking of getting eyeballs on the game and getting it out there, I'm going to do a little bit of self-promotion here, if you don't mind. If you enjoyed watching this game and want to see more marathon settings, boy, are you in luck. Next weekend on Sunday, Slurpathon, which is going to be on twitch.tv/Slurpy Ninja. I will be running this game for that. Next month, Winter Pride 2022, which is, I believe, in the second week of December, I'll be running BS Legend of Zelda for that. And then, of course, AGDQ 2023, myself, Iceblue, head-to-head racing for AGDQ, bragging rights, supremacy, all of that good stuff. And so yeah, so if you need to get more of your BS Legend of Zelda fix, you've got a ton of opportunities coming up over the next couple months, which is great because like Iceblue said, getting more attention to this game, getting more eyeballs on it, getting it more exposure. It has just completely blasted off like a rocket ship, which is absolutely awesome. I know I love it. I know Iceblue loves it, and we hope that you love it as well. So lots more of this game in your future, especially for events.
Yeah, definitely. If you want to keep up, because Vani and I are going to be doing a lot of practice over the next 2 months, just to keep ourselves in tip-top shape. So if you do want to see more of this game and us just kind of go head-to-head and have friendly conversations amongst ourselves, there might be a couple of hecks and a couple of fricks. Sorry for the language. But yeah, we will be pretty much, both of us are going to be kind of just grinding this game nonstop, just to get that time that we would like to showcase for AGDQ. So be sure to give Vani a follow, and if you if you enjoyed the run here, come check out my channel. I do a lot of Zelda stuff there. We do a lot of casual, we do a lot of Zelda speedruns, we do a lot of randomizers, and just The community is great, and if
you know
like
that
Marin,
sounds good to me, Ice.
you'll love
Thanks
it.
so much, and thanks so much both to you and to Vonnie for coming by and showcasing this amazing game. It's really unique. I've enjoyed myself watching a lot of your runs of this, and it's just absolutely delight. Thanks so much for showcasing it and for supporting the Speedrun Hall of Fame. And also thank you to all the folks in the chat who donated, who support, and who hang out with us throughout all of this event. So there you go. Marin love for everyone. And once again, thank you. And we're going to go back to the Be Right Back screen here in just a minute, folks. I have a few announcements for us, and we're going to see another excellent video from the Speedrun Hall of Fame, another phenomenal feats, so you can get another idea of what you might want to vote for. All right, so I'm going to take a moment and read off the prizes a little bit tonight. And then we will be seeing the video from the Speedrun Hall of Fame.